Hello everyone and welcome back to a different style of Dokkan video that I'm doing where I'm going to actually be having more of a discussion type video based around the Global Dokkan campaign. So, as we can see here, first of all is one of the major hints of the Global Dokkan campaign, which is the pink and blue sort of rays of light, whatever you really want to call these. And as you see from some of the stuff over here, well, this post came out before this on the JP Dokkan, where if we can listen to this clip right here and hear the voice.
機は熟したということか。
So, if you watched Dragon Ball Super in Japanese dub, you know that that's Zamasu, or if you've played the game in Japanese at all, for any Dokkan game or Dragon Ball game, yeah? So, that changes a lot of what this could potentially be. So, this could still be hints towards Daima or something. We don't know yet. Well, I mean, we do know that something future-related is going to be coming, but judging from these colors, it's going to be either seemingly a Goku Black and a Zamasu, or a Goku Black and a Vegito card. Now, first, this is being recorded the night before the actual video for the announcement of the campaign is released. So I'm going to be using terms that are very current to sort of make my points here. So if we go back over to some of these tabs over here, as we can see, something that I'm kind of excited for, and that we could see are easy A's for units like Cooler and this Goku. And this would be the first Carnival Easy A as well. Because even though it's not exactly a worldwide download celebration like we've known in the past, as they said, and which I'm going to bring over to this video right here as we listen.
We'll host a large-scale campaign in July, similar in size to the usual anniversary campaigns at timing of the anniversary of the international version.
A large-scale campaign as the same size usual to an anniversary. So that means this is going to be just as big as an anniversary, maybe a bit smaller, but it's going to be on the same sort of hype scale as what they're intending. So we could potentially see big units like this Cooler and this Goku Easy A. If it is based around future, then we'll also be able to see units like this Zamasu and this Vegeta and Trunks Easy A, which would actually be really good for what they have. But the main thing I'm looking forward to for this celebration is potentially what new mechanics they could add, because every anniversary or worldwide they've added a new mechanic. And since this is sort of the replacement for a worldwide campaign, we might get something new here. And they could also introduce a new category like they did last year with the uncontrollable power. And what I was thinking, since people were saying, well, because it's confirmed seemingly to be future, and how it could also still be Daima, judging by these colors, I'm going to say that they might add a category based around godlike powers. So we go over here to godly power. Which units have it? It's not here. No, it's not this one. But if we go to a Vegito unit, which we can actually find by going down, that's fusion. I clicked on the wrong one. Professional Dokkaner, by the way. But we go down to this guy, right? And we go into the Vegito form. Where is it? Right here. So this guy has the link powered bestowed by God. So I'm thinking that we could see a category based around this sort of link. Because even though it wasn't necessarily granted to him by a god, when Goku turned Super Saiyan 4, it was power that was given to him and unlocked by Neva, which was the Namekian. The old Namekian that they found during the course of the end of Dragon Ball Daima. And it would also be pretty decent too for the sake of a theme, where Zamasu gets powers from a god, which is Shenron, so he gets the immortality from Shenron, and the Vegitos, they get the Potara, or for the Vegito units, Goku and Vegeta get given the Potara earrings, which is given to them by a god or higher being, which is the Kais. So I'm theorizing that they could potentially theme the entire celebration around something like this sort of category here. And what that also means is that this guy right here could get a Super Easy A, which especially I actually would be really sick if he got a Super EZA. Because he's, when did he get his EZA? February of 2020, yeah. So he's long due for one. And we've seen some characters that got EZAs before that get Super EZAs. Like, I think Gohan. If you go to Legendary Power and we find it in Gohan, he got his EZA in. Yeah, he got his EZA in 2021 and got his in 2025 already. Well, this guy got his EZA in 2020 and it's already 2025. So Gohan got his EZA before and after him. So we can see what can happen with that. As for any other Vegeta units, this guy's not getting anything. What other Vegeta units are there, actually? Power Beyond Super Saiyan would be a good one to look at, maybe. I lied, this is not a good category to look at. Let's go back to Power Bestowed by God real quickly. Where is it? Here it is. So for you, this guy could also Super EZA, I was thinking of. Because I was thinking of a lot of this when I was coming back from work. Just throwing some ideas out there that we could see for the celebration, which is also why I think this celebration is going to be better than most people give it credit for, even if what we're seeing right now is just based around future stuff. So this guy could get a Super EZA, this guy could get a Super EZA. Some of these Zamasus could, well, this Zamasu more so. Could he get a Super EZA? No, it's too soon for him. But this Goku Black could also get an EZA. And I really hope that this guy gets an EZA, because if they do what they've done for most worldwide and anniversary celebrations with the entire theme, if they give these Goku Black units, especially this guy right here, maybe even this guy. Oh, well, we're gonna click on you and then click on you. For potentially these two, if either of them got a Super EZA right about now, too soon for you. But for you, if you got a Super EZA and they do end up releasing a Goku Black, then it would be really good for a team with a new category that they could lead. Because we saw when Broly came out, where's Janemba? Yep. We go to Janemba, then we go to Uncontrollable Power. See, when this guy first came out, he had a lot of units that were able to support him on Uncontrollable Power. He had the Boos, a lot of the good Boo units, Hirudegarn, which was kind of iffy, but he was still relatively decent at the time. This Broly, and then he got more Uncontrollable Power support too. And he got this guy at the end of the 2024 Worldwide Download Celebration. He got this Super EZA in the middle of it. But Uncontrollable Power was a strong team coming into the game. So there are good units here. All they have to do is just find the right units for this guy. Well, I mean, it could potentially be this guy, but I was more so thinking about him. For this guy, and whatever Goku Black they might release so that they could form a team around a new category that they make so that it will be strong on release, similar to how Uncontrollable Power was when this guy came out. Because his entire passive, his entire kit is based around Uncontrollable Power, like right here, Uncontrollable Power support. Where's his domain active? Yeah. Or when all allies attacking the same turn are Uncontrollable Power. So especially with how Dokkan works, it would not be surprising to see a newly released Goku Black or Zamasu work the same way, where they need a lot of villain or extreme Future Saga units in order to be able to work their kit to the pinnacle. This guy also kind of relies on super bosses specifically. If you go to his base form, where's that? Right here. Because he relies on super bosses, and at the time of his release, super bosses was not that great of a category. And especially because a lot of the super bosses units made domains, he was fighting with them over domains, which I'm kind of hoping that whatever unit comes out this celebration does not end up having a domain. Because, well, this guy is long and dried out in the water either way, so he will not be useful, especially because of damage thresholds and the like. But if they do end up basing him around a category, then they have to make it something like a band unit that they release for him, sort of like how, where's the other Goku Black? This guy. Sort of how this guy is, because he gives support for Future Saga, so whatever new category they release, as long as the banner unit is part of, or as long as the banner unit mainly needs to be based around the new whatever category they could release. Again, this is all theoretical and recorded before the actual announcement video, so I have no idea what is coming. I'm just simply taking guesses and predictions for what I hope can come to the game. But if they release a new category, then having a band unit that's really good on that category but not too great anywhere else could be pretty good. And we also do kind of need this because it has been a long time since, well, let's look it up real quick. It has been a long time since Goku Black was ever a good unit in Dokkan, as we can see. The last actually good Goku Black unit that we had was this guy 2 years ago almost. And that was post EZA. Now he had a bit of an iffy kit post EZA, but I never personally struggled with it because I was able to get this relatively consistently. I had to work around it a bit, but it was still able to be gotten every now and then. But out of all the recent Goku Blacks, he's by far the best. This guy sucked on EZA, which I was super sad about. This guy, on Global, honestly, as a Global player, I'm saying, he was good, but he was not obviously the best. But he was still a good unit. But he aged out very quickly, especially with him having to compete with Zamasu and Broly over domains on the Super Bosses team. This guy was decent for like a week and then hard fell off. This unit was good on EZA a few years ago. When they EZA'd 2023, right? 2022, I was wrong. But they EZA'd the year before the 2023 worldwide, but they were still good to run on that team even after that year. So my personal prediction for what could happen is that even though this was Zamasu's voice, I think the headliners are going to be a Vegito Blue and a Goku Black or Zamasu of some type. If I had to guess, it's probably going to be a tag unit, or reversible exchange is the correct term, excuse me. It's going to be a reversible exchange type of unit for maybe one or both, because a reversible exchange is the mechanic that they're hard going around for this year, as we saw with the Kale and Caulifla, with the anniversary LRs, the main two Dokkan Fests. So we'll see what happens with that. But even though it's future, the headliners could be future, I still do believe that it could be Daima based on what I was saying earlier with the categories being based around power bestowed by God. So I do still heavily think that that's a possibility. Yeah, where is it? Right here. I do still heavily think that this is a possibility for a category for them to make. Now, given the selection of units is not the greatest, I feel like with it, they could add a lot more. Like, for example, Guru with Kid Gohan, if we can find one, Hybrid Saiyans real quick. Where is a Kid Gohan? That post. Like this guy, actually. This is a perfect example. So, obviously, in the Namek Saga, Guru gave Gohan extra access to his inner potential, which is what Gohan is, Potential Man. But the category they make could be based off of this sort of theme that we see in Dragon Ball. It would be the same for Orange Piccolo as well. He would be on the category because he got extra power granted to him by Shenron. Because if we go down to, where's Orange Piccolo? Where you be at, bro? You are Bond of, now you're Movie Heroes. Easier to find you here. I lied, it was not easier to find you here. There you are. This guy. Yeah, because right here, when he turns orange, this is the extra power that Shenron gave him when he made a wish with the dragon. Okay, why is the animation going so fast? But this was what the little extra Shenron was talking about when he gave him, or when Piccolo made the wish. So I believe that if we get a category based around like granting units or granting some of the characters power, that could be a good theme for this celebration. It would also work well for, I mean, it would make sense and fit the theme if Daima was part 2 as well, because as I said earlier, Goku got the extra power given to him by Neva to be able to unlock Super Saiyan 4, and Goma also got his power from the mysterious third eye. So we could potentially see something like that, and Daima also would just be good to have in the game right now because Daima is a bit of a necessity. It's been far too long into the lifespan of Daima where we haven't gotten anything. But yeah, right now looking like a very Future Saga angle. Actually, what else do we think could happen for Future Saga? Like, probably a few EZAs we could get, right? Let's see here. I mean, if we had the celebration next year, these two would be ripe for the picking for an EZA. Low key? Nah, 2023. I was gonna say, what if the 5th anniversary Super EZA, but that's just not possible. Well, there was wishful thinking there. Because actually, if we do end up getting Daima, it would be really good because... How am I going to be able to access? I'll just look it up real quick. Cards. Super Saiyan 4. Because if we do get Daima, then we could get into super easy A's for these two, which would make Super Saiyan 4 / Grade A power really good. We could get an easy A for this guy right here. Yeah, it might be a very wishful thinking and it could be a long shot, but I'm going to be hopeful for the fact that it's going to be a theme around a new category. Because as they said in this video right here, it's going to be a celebration on the same scale or similar scale to the usual anniversary. So I have high hopes for it. Could I be right? Could I be wrong? I don't know. But we're going to be seeing, I did not mean to click that, but we are going to be seeing the stream come up in, well, not the stream, but the announcement video come up in just about, it said 2 PST, I believe. Let's go to the Twitter real quick. Dokkan. Where is it? Yeah, 3 PST, which is 6 o'clock my time. So in about 7 hours from now-ish, 7.5 hours from as I'm finishing this up. In 7.5 hours, we will know what is coming for the Global Dokkan campaign. As for how right I am, again, I have no idea, just making predictions and what I wish to see. But I do believe this celebration is going to be better than most people are giving it credit for. But we just have to wait and see, and believe that Omatsu and Ken will cook. These two could easy A, maybe, we don't know. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Take it easy. Actually, I'll see you in the announcement video. Huh, I said video twice there. Either way, see you all later. Hope you enjoyed.